name is Mcdonald. I am 20 years old and I am from Durban, South Africa. My family is made up of my father Andrew, who is 55, my mother Antoinette, who is 56, and my sister Stacy, who is 26. My family and I have been outgoing from the day I can remember. We have been fun, active, and always on the go. My dad is a marathon runner from a very young age. My mother danced at a very young age. I danced at a very young age, and my sister and I have both taken part in many sports like hockey, soccer, swimming, tennis, squash, and many others. My biggest is hockey. It's my favorite, and I've always taken favor to it. Hockey has basically been a huge part of my life since the day I can remember, and I've always put my heart and soul into it, and which proves as last year I was playing at a Premier League level, which is basically just under KZN and South African levels, as well as in my matric year I was awarded half colours for making a district level. I'm a very fun, outgoing, active person. I'm an open book. If there's anything you need to know, you just need to ask, or I'm willing to let you know. If there's ever a problem, I'm always approachable. I always like to take criticism. That's obviously going to help me and make me so much better. And I've never had a problem with anyone. I'm always a happy person. I avoid conflict, and I'm an overall rounded open book. My care started in 2010 when I was still in high school myself. Basically, the hockey club that I was playing for, when the elders were training and the little ones were busy and were bored and running around the mark, basically my role was to teach them the little skills that they could use later on in life when they were able to play at a club level, keeping them under control, planning activities, making sure they were constantly on the go so they wouldn't interrupt anybody else. My care continued this year last year into this year with a family friend of mine whose name is Chanel Bergsma. And basically she has a 3-month-old daughter now whose name is Gracie. And with Gracie, what I do is on weekends I help feed her, bath her, change her, just generally taking care, keeping her active while mom's busy or working. And sometimes I babysit when mom and dad need a night off. As well as my sister, Stacy Mcdonald, or Stacy Fun in here for now. She's just given birth to my 2-week-old niece, who obviously I'm going to be a part of her life. And basically there I just keep, her name's Annabelle Rose, and basically when I'm helping, I just help put her to sleep, I bath her, I change diapers, and when my sister needs to have a nap or something, I just keep her busy, make sure she doesn't cry, and keep her happy. Basically from the time I left high school, I've always been involved in sports when it came to studying. And in my first year out of high school, I did a year of sports science at UKZN, and I loved it, but it went down the path of rehab and nursing sports injuries, which wasn't my scene. And last year I changed to ETA, which is Exercise Teachers Academy, and I started studying a course of sports conditioning where I have my certificate now, and I can go on to complete my diploma, my degree later on. Basically, sports conditioning is helping an athlete to develop themselves in the gym for the sport that they're playing on the field, which I absolutely love. I love on-hand activities, and that's the type of person I'll always be. I have first aid courses that I have done, and I'm qualified, I'm certified in first aid, which I did towards the end of last year, as well as obviously my half colours in hockey, and yeah. I've been driving since 2012 when I was in high school. I could only get my license when I left high school, as I only turned 18 then. But since the day I started driving, I picked it up very quickly. It was something that I enjoyed. I've never had a problem with it. I've never been in any accidents. I've always been safe and cautious. I've had my drivers for 2 years now, and I've been pulled over, obviously, to do a general license check, but other than that, no problems. I wanted to be an au pair because I love working with children. Children has been one of my biggest things from day one. Obviously, growing up and being a very active child, I always knew I wanted to work with active children, or better yet, making a non-active child active, enjoying the outdoors. I love going to different summer camps whenever we had to do it for schools. It was my biggest thing ever. Was always there. I never missed an outing. It's just been something that I love. I love being active. I love getting dirty. I love having fun. Basically, what I'm studying, it involves me having contact with children, which obviously I don't mind, because working with children between the ages of 10 to 18, getting them ready for their sports from a young age. It's fun to know that with au pairing, I'll get to know the different age groups as well. And not only that, I'll get to learn how to interact with children, dealing with problems of my own, and dealing with situations just out of the sports world. Because everything's different, and some people need to learn different experiences in order to grow better in their workplace. And I just felt, for my love of children, my love of activities, and I've lived on my own, so I know how to cook and clean and everything, I just felt like au pairing would take me to that next level that I needed for my career, as well as it's something I've been wanting to do since I can remember. When they started asking you what you want to do later on in life, I was like, I want to look after children, because I've always cared for children that aren't even mine, obviously. I've always done nice things for children's homes. I've always gone to the charity events. It's just, children are a big part of my life, and ever since my sister gave birth, I've literally not left her alone. And sometimes when she just wants to nap with the baby, I'm like, no, it's fine, I'll take her. But yes, au pairing I feel will make me grow as a person as well. As much as it's not a job, it's a career path that I've always wanted to take, as well as the experience that I've wanted to gain. I just feel that it'll make me grow better and stronger as a person, knowing that I've dealt with the situation, and I know I can go and further my career with children and make myself a better sports conditioning coach, because then I know how to deal with situations, handle situations, as well as maybe continue au pairing when I come back home for families here in South Africa. I also chose the US as it's a different place. It's away from home. It's something new. It's a way to grow as a person, because you can't rely on your family forever. You have to learn when to grow up, move out, and move on. Obviously, with making your life better, not leaving your family behind. But you have to learn to be an individual, and you have to learn to be very independent. And one day you can only rely on yourself in the end. Thank you for listening to my story. If you have any more queries or questions, please feel free to ask. Once again, I'm an open book. I'm happy to answer any questions, and I really can't wait to get to know you too. Thank you.